My name's Doug Gordon. I run DDG Performance Optimization and Body Health and Soul. And as Joel said, I worked in the stock market for 21 years. I worked my way up from customer services to board director and head of sales and marketing of Davy. And in 2008, as we all know, the markets hit rock bottom. And a lot of people struggled with stress. And I really did. Stress, anxiety led in 2009 to 2 operations that went wrong. And for the next 3 or 4 years, I went through stress, depression, anxiety, and pain, where I woke up maybe 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in the night. It was one of the hardest times in my life. And then in 2012, I got something called the norovirus. And with the operations I had, you didn't want to get the norovirus. And after 10 days of dehydration, I ended up being rushed to hospital in an ambulance, where the ECG said heart blood pressure had doubled. I arrived in the hospital, put in one of those trays, run down to X-ray, and on the way down to X-ray, suddenly, the lights went on. I was encapsulated in this amazing feeling of love, energy, and connection, nothing like I'd ever felt before, and I realized I was having a near-death experience. I came back with a passion for life. I came back with a love for life. I came back with a passion to help people. I came back with a passion to help you. And I didn't know what to do to begin with, so obviously having had this spiritual experience, I thought I better go and do something church-like. So I went and did something called the Alpha Course over in England. Bear Grylls had done it, so I thought if it was good enough for Bear Grylls, it's probably good enough to me. And I arrived and I thought it was really good, but I wasn't sure if it was right for me. And as I walked out, I thought, well, maybe I'll find something else. But then 2 days later, I used to play Premier League hockey, and I was running with my dog, running at full pace. I tripped over the dog, cut my hand and my knee to shreds, blood all over the place. I went back home, cleaned up the cuts, and the next day I woke up and I looked at my hands. And on my hand here, I had an infinity sign here, an infinity sign there, and a cross here in small writing. I had the letters on the cross, I-N-R-I. I was totally blown away by this. I actually didn't even know what it meant. My wife had to tell me. And I obviously went back and did the church course. And I studied a lot of the Bible, and I got really into it. But the more I got into it, I thought, when I was encapsulated in that love, energy, and connection, I realized that that love would never alienate or discriminate against anybody in this world. So I decided I had to learn about other religions. And I realized very quickly that all religions are like rivers to the sea being God or the universal energy. And it doesn't really matter which one you go down as long as you get to the sea. I just like to fly there in a helicopter. And then I started learning more about spirituality, and I met lots of spiritual gurus, such as the Dalai Lama and many, many other people. And one of them told me that I had healing hands. I tried it out on my son, and it worked, and he told everybody. And it went from there. And the healing turned into life coaching, the life coaching to business coaching to onstage speeches, and then the speeches then to radio shows. And I started up a radio show at the start of the year called Inspirational People, Inspirational Stories. And I just thought I might have my family and my friends and their friends on. But I've had some amazing people on. Thought leaders like Kingsley, like Ammer, like Jules, the Dragon's Den guys, Keith Barry, the magician, and many people who've been at the Pendulum Summit as well. And I've used this now from what I've learned from masterminding and networking with these kind of people, and I've used my 21 years in the business world and my coaching and my healing to try and help people as much as possible. And what I realize in terms of helping people, it's all about collaborating, it's all about teamwork. Because in collaboration, you can create new things. In collaboration, there's infinite abundance. Whereas if there's competition, there's a sense of lack because you're going for the same thing. So if more people collaborate, if more companies collaborate, if more countries collaborate, the world would be so much better, a better place. But it all starts with you. It all starts within. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't really give love to another person. And it's all about within, and it's all about what you have to offer. And a really good fun story that I heard, it's not mine, but it's a good fun story I heard about loving yourself and loving what you have, was there was this young lad in the west coast of Ireland, and he was walking on a cliffside, And he looked down in this beautiful cove down at the beach, and he saw these 3 amazing stones like diamonds looking down or looking up at him from the beach. And it was a really precarious cliffside, but he climbed down and he picked these stones up and he looked at them and they were absolutely incredible. And he put them into his pocket and he brought them back home and he showed them to his father. And he said, "Dad, look at these stones. These are incredible. What shall I do with them?" And his dad said, "Do you know what, son? Take the first stone. Go down to the local market, make a market stall, make it look pretty, put it on there and wait and see. And if someone comes up and they want to buy it, just show the sign of love. Put the peace sign up. Nothing else." So he goes down to the market, he puts the stone down, he makes it look pretty, he waits. This beautiful lady comes up, she goes, "Wow, what a beautiful stone. How much do you want for it?" €2. Deal, done, thank you. That's really good. And she goes away and he goes back to his dad. He goes, "Dad, I got €2 for that stone I found on the beach." And his dad goes, "Well, I tell you what, son, take the next one, go to the local diamond merchant, go into the diamond store, show him, he sells precious stones, and do the exact same thing and see what he does." He goes in, he shows the guy. The guy goes, "Wow, what a beautiful stone. How much do you want for it?" €200. Deal, done, thank you very much. He goes back to his dad. He goes, Dad, I got €200 for that stone that I found on the beach." And he says, "I'll tell you what then, son, take the next one, go up to Dublin, go to the National History Museum, find the professor of the precious stone department and show him the stone and do exactly the same thing." So he goes up to Dublin, goes into the National History Museum, finds the precious stone department, finds the professor, shows him the stone. The professor goes, "Wow, that's a beautiful stone. I'd love it for my collection. How much do you want for it?" €2,000. Deal, done, thank you very much. And he goes back to his dad. He goes, Dad, €2,000 for a stone I found on the beach. What does this mean?" And his dad said, "Don't you know, son, that if you value the love within and you value what you have to offer and the product that you have to sell and you hang around with the right people, you can charge whatever you want in life." But how do we make it happen in life? How do we make good in life? How do we make good work? How do we make good leaders? How do you make a good society? How do you make a great conference? It's all about making it happen. And on my radio show, I always use my acronym of MAKE. M standing for mindset or motivation. Have a positive mindset. Motivate yourself first and then motivate your team and the people around you. A is for action. Know exactly where you are and where you're looking to get to and put an action plan in place and take massive action and make it happen. K is for 2 things. One, for knowledge and also for knowing. Have a knowing faith, a belief in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? And then knowledge. Learn from other people. Model yourself from people who've done it before. And also in terms of business, know your product, know your market, and know your client, because knowledge is power and it can help you. And then finally, energy. I said earlier on, if you optimize your energy, you can optimize your performance in life. And I believe doing this is a 3-fold plan of body, mind, and soul. Body is all about nutrition, about exercise, and having proper rest. Mind is all about positive thinking. It's about love, it's about listening to other people. It's incredible how we go to these meetings and there's people even here who are looking on their phones, they're looking on their iPads, they're not really listening. The biggest gift you can give someone else is your presence. The biggest gift you can do is to listen to them. It shows love. Has anyone here seen the film The Lion King? Yeah? In The Lion King, there's a bit in The Lion King where Simba the Lion King gets slapped in the face by the monkey. And Simba goes, "Why did you do that?" And the monkey goes, "Well, it doesn't matter, it was in the past." The past is the past, leave it there. The future is the future, it hasn't happened. Focus on the now and be present with whoever you're with, whether it's your family, your friends, or your work colleagues, and you'll achieve so much more in life. The last bit is soul. The first bit of soul is all about prayer. And I believe that prayer is talking to God, whereas meditation is listening to God. And let's face it, God gave us 1 mouth and 2 ears. So I believe that you should meditate twice as much as you pray. Now you might ask me why, but actually 85% of billionaires, multimillionaires, actors, actresses, and athletes all meditate. Why? Well, because they can visualize the end in mind. They can visualize their goals. They can visualize good health. They can visualize a good business. They can visualize a good society. But also, they can reduce stress to increase energy for life. Life is all about energy. Thoughts are energy. Speech is energy. Thoughts lead to speech. Speech leads to actions. Actions leads to habits, and habits leads to destiny. So start with a positive thought and end with a positive destiny. I challenge you, all of you here for the next month, to go out and give as much love as possible to as many people as possible, and watch the magic that returns. Thank you.